Can you hear me over there?
I'm gonna turn on my mic.
Yeah.
I think.
Am I on? Am I on?
Check. Test.
Am I on?
Test.
Yeah. Test what?
Test.
Test D.
Yeah.
Eskimo.
Yeah. We're live.
On location.
On location, we had Lafayette. Shout out to Lafayette, man. We just ate a wonderful meal. Oh my God. We got some lamb. Some lamb, a lot of pops. Like right here, just look at him. I'm not touching this food. You know, Rob is crazy.
Feel new war.
Damn.
He fingered your meat, man.
Damn.
Oh, real. He did put his fingers on your meat.
No, he did not at all. No way, shape, or form. He did not touch the meat. He touched the
Oh shit, that was funny. Okay.
My guy is straight off a plane, so you know what he is.
I'm fresh from Vegas. Fresh from
Vegas.
Still lit.
Yeah.
What you doing in Vegas, man?
Man, listen, I needed a minute to reset, man. I buried one of my best friends from over 30 years. And Saturday, walked him to his final resting place. And after that, I had to play that night. And Sunday morning, I got my ass up and got out of here, man.
So, glad you got away. Rest in peace to your homie.
I'm sorry about that, brother.
Yeah, bro.
I'm glad you had a good trip.
Definitely, bro. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of people who down and down and out right now, shout out to Migo dude, you know.
Oh, you jumped right in.
Ouch, okay. Is that what
is his name? Anybody know his name? Quavo?
It's not Quavo, is it?
Offset. They say him and his wife, they supposed to get it. Don't be really going into until it really happened.
Yeah, well, I think Cardi B's made a statement about it.
Oh, actually?
I think he's made a statement about it as well. So according to Cardi B, it doesn't look like it was a cheating about. He was just basically like, you know, man, look, man, you know, you being too loose out here in these streets with this WAP shit, and you know, you cutting up, you know, you need to calm down and bring it down, and she wasn't going for it. So.
No, wait, no, wait. Somebody, no. Wait. He got a woman that clearly let him know she a drug nigga and put, you know what I'm saying, get his money. And your standards is her making a hit record?
Well, I guess he thought he could save a hoe. He was in the save a hoe position. He was in the captain. He came in. He was captaining it up. I thought the whole time, I was like, man, damn, dog, where was your daddy at? Like, how you wiping this one up? This one in the prime. She's in prime the whole time.
I thought that's why you wiped her, because you finna experience all the her and girls, and I mean, you know, whatever she going through. I mean, right? I mean,
you would think.
You knew what she was. He tried to break the old adage to change the whole 2 hours. I don't know Cardi B personally, but you know what I'm saying, you know, and this ain't no knock on her as a human being, because you know everybody in the hole for something. Everybody has hope for something.
But I think it's safe to say that she's known for advertising Hodem. You know, she's definitely you know, a sponsor.
A sponsor.
Yeah, or motivation and inspiration to all the little young hoes out there. I think if you a hoe, you listen to Cardi B. I bet you love her. You can quote 3 Cardi B songs. I couldn't quote a verse. I like Cardi B. I fuck with Cardi B. I like, you know, I don't have a problem with Cardi B. I'm just saying that she's probably, you know, a hoe favorite.
I mean, that's hard to debate. That's hard to debate. I mean, I don't often just agree with him just straight out.
Yeah.
But when I do, it's just hard to debate.
You agree. He couldn't even say agree. You meant agree. But he said disagree.
It's hard to disagree. That's what I said. Oh, that's angry.
So,
but that ain't hard to disagree with.
I don't know, man.
Was he thinking that the relationship was going to be something like eternal or something? I mean, what was...
I think that a lot of people get married thinking that it's going to be forever and it's be the two of them.
But I think a lot of people mess up and think it's going to change when you get married. That's what mess up from. You know, when you marry a person, I think there will be growth or a change or progress or whatever. But you can't expect. I think I can kind of have it for what it is. Because she was a hoe, and you don't expect her not to be a hoe.
Right.
until she decided I'm over with. I'm done with it.
I guess the walk was just the last straw.
I'm not pro hypocrite though. I'm not pro him being a hypocrite as far as man like let her get her heart on how she get her heart on. You know what I mean? Just simple as that.
I mean, yeah, he could just not want to be married to it.
Come on, man. How you gonna be a straight hypocrite out here?
Well, what changes that would cause them to want to see something different?
Maybe growth in him. Maybe he got to a certain level, or let's say evolution, whatever. It's like the word growth. But maybe he got to a place where that wasn't what he wanted in a relationship anymore, Or maybe he was full of shit and cheating the whole time,
You wanted the way out.
Wanted her way out.
That's the way out. That's exactly what it is. That's the way out. When you see it, did you get the go box? You mentioned the go box. That's why I tried to listen. I don't know why I'm talking to the mic.
Yeah. You let the whole world know you want to go box.
I needed to go box. He had Play-Doh my food.
Again, y'all make sure y'all go check out Lafayette's, man. Some great.
Wait a minute. We have not talked about the show.
Bring your whole friends. Bring your girlfriends.
Everybody welcome. This Saturday, January.
No,
September
26th.
Yes, sir. Let me share this podcast. I'm trying to do too much.
Check us out live, man, because all tables have been reserved due to COVID, man. We have limited capacity, man. So all it's already been reserved, all of it, man. And people keep calling me, checking. I mean, I do everything I could to get everybody in. I wish we could get everybody in. It's gonna be strange performing to a bunch of people sitting down. So y'all stand up on them tables. No, they can dance around their tables,
but no dance floor.
Yeah. No, I ain't gotta be no dance. So just get crunk where you at, man.
Thank you,
We ain't mad about what you can't do. We focus on what you can do. Just turn up where you at. Keep your mask on. Keep a mint in your mouth. And then there'll be a little radiation of mint in the air.
What?
Of mint. A little radiation
like
of mint in the air. That's what we need. Because people be mad because they smelling their own breath. We walk around like this, man. You see their face be frowned up.
Damn. Y'all be mad because of breath?
I don't have bad breath issues, so.
Some people, you get caught off guard, though. You eat all them onions. I know you had this.
I mean, I know I've smoked some blunts, put that mask on a couple times. Like, damn, bro, listen, but
it doesn't take the mask. I mean, your taste buds tell you when you're breathing. That's true. And your nose is the closest thing to your lips, so how can you not know when your breath's on? Unless you just
a lot of people don't know when they breath. Like, don't. That's why we have fucking problems. But you think people walk around here just willy-nilly? Like, my shit fun. I'm gonna keep going.
I think.
You just see people like everybody's nose senses are the same.
This is true. This is true.
Everybody's nose senses not the same.
This is true. This is true, bro.
Whereas for everybody whose nose senses are gone. R.I.P. to your nose. Man, I was wondering, man. I was watching a weird show on Hulu, whatever smart TV is, and it was sex that got you to the ER. Right? It was a weird show. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was almost like a TLC show. I hadn't seen it before, but it caught my attention. Sex that got you to the ER. So they had different scenarios. They replayed different scenarios where people end up in the hospital because of their sexual exploits. You know what I'm saying? Dude had a dislocated penis. You know what I'm saying? Shit was, shit was like, they didn't show
like
it.
The muscle broke?
Not broke, but it was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
went in the opposite direction that it naturally went in.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, they had to come up with something to fix it. But, his wife and his girlfriend was there, so it was a funny situation. So it came to mind like
his wife and his girlfriend
were
there. Yeah. And they knew about each other. And
they got from the replay. They got into some kind of altercation, but they came together and made up, and then they started kissing. You know what I'm saying?
The wife and the girlfriend.
Wife and the girlfriend. Yeah, so they didn't come in mad at each other because you sleeping with my man. It ended up being a little altercation because somebody did something. You know what I mean? Whatever. But it got me to thinking, like, how important is sex in a relationship? Like I'm wondering how important. You know what I'm saying? What level? I guess out of 10, if you're in a relationship, and as you get older, does it decrease?
I think certain people, I've heard people say sex isn't that important. I tend to disagree. That because sex serves as so many different things. Sometimes it's a stress relief. Sometimes it's to show affection. Sometimes it's to you've had an argument and that's how we choose to resolve this argument. I'm saying so like it depends on the people that the two people involved are not highly sexually driven. We may not play a role, but then the age thing comes into it. It just depends on.
That made a lot of sense when you said the sex driven people might not be sex driven. They might be.
And then there's some that are just all day every day. So till the wheels fall off. So it just depends. It plays a level because again. It reduces stress. Sometimes it'll stop an argument. Sometimes you know what I'm saying? Like
sometimes your dick was bent. That didn't
no,
reduce any stress.
No,
man, you going too hard.
If your dick was bent,
you went way hard.
Like if she asking you for more, you know what I'm saying? Hit it harder,
and I already broke my.
You done backed up and
damn.
Tried to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's one of the worst. Thought about it. Like anything happens.
I think sex is important though. I think in a relationship, I think it's important. I think why wouldn't it be?
Exactly.
But I do think that there are people that probably have great relationships and it's not that important to them. I think it is an individual thing. But for me, I definitely think, man, shit, man, good for a day or a good long hard week. I think making love to your wife or something like that. I think as long as it's someplace that's fun and somewhat fun, and you guys kind of know each other a little bit. I mean, as long as it's I think it's important. I think it's important.
I found a sneaky way to keep spice in your relationship.
How you do that?
Share with them. You know what I'm saying? My girl might not like it. I just figured it out though. You know what I'm saying? But this so she was getting out the car. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, we was actually walking out the house. And then so she was, I said, get your skirt right. You know what I'm saying? So she started getting her skirt right. And then I started putting it in my pants. She was like, what's up? I was like, I just wanted to make it seem like we had it quick. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you do, gentlemen. You give your woman a command. You tell her to do something to make it look like she just did something. You be like, your lipstick a little off. She like, for real? And then you like, yeah. And then when y'all walk into the restaurant, somebody gonna be like, yeah, they just had a good time.
Yeah. Keep them set up for it. Okay, I like that.
Imaginary spice, that's what it is. Imaginary spice. Okay.
Sounds fun.
So, it's a lot going on, man. Shit, I'm so excited about this fucking show. September 26th, we are going live at 6 o'clock.
Right here in Lafayette.
Right here in Lafayette.
This is gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be crazy. I'm hosting. We got Carlos gonna be in the bed. We're gonna do a live Ice Eskimos podcast, pre-show, show, during show. Man, be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a tough situation. I don't know if we talked about this when we put this on the board.
What?
You can jump into something.
No, go ahead.
Okay, because you know that the Breonna Taylor situation.
Oh yeah.
The case has been it's not complete, but one of the officers, I guess, is having charges brought against him.
Just one.
And I think the saddest part is the narrative and the truth that women of color are one of the least recognized or underappreciated, undervalued human beings. Is they feel more vulnerable, in this situation. So, it's like Romando of the Sandra Bland situation. It's like, things happen that's been happening for a while, but it's disappointing. But at the same time, when it takes 6 months or however long it's been taking since it happened, you don't really expect it to turn out in that way.
To me, man, it's just what the job of the media is. This is just their job is just to pick and choose which stories that are horrible.
And push
and push them and control your emotions. To me, it's just like, I feel sorry for the family. It's a horrible story. It's like hearing something terrible happen to someone that you knew but didn't really know. I got that feeling. Definitely I had some condolences and there's sadness there. But at the end of the day, it's like I got like a million other things on my mind. Yeah. Now, if that was my sister, yeah, it would be different. I would want everyone to care, of course, at one point. But at some time in my mind, I would remember how I was when someone I didn't know passed away. So some reality would set in at some point and realize that this is part of the game that we're playing. Motherfuckers die. Sometimes motherfuckers die a real horrible way. And sometimes it's not fair. And sometimes some people have a harder plight than others. Sometimes some struggles are going to be a little bit more difficult than others. But it's like, you gotta have things in your control. You gotta have things in your life. You gotta have more things going on in your life to be at a place so you're not angry, truly angry, and allow this to distract you and make you miss the whole point. We're going into these rages and protests. I just think we're missing the point. And we think about the NBA now, that we're missing a game and throwing shit on their back. I think we're missing opportunities, man. I think, what we got to do is realize this is a game. What's the game? The game's a money game. So, like, all this whining and begging don't mean nothing. Well, you got your money. What you putting your money on? So it's like, to me, at the end of the day, I think we need to get more organized and more focused on owning businesses, supporting businesses, being more calculated with who we choose to vote for in the city and the county and the state. And we got to stop whining, and we got to stop letting the news control and Democrats and Republicans and tell us what we should feel.
And calculate it with our dollars as well. About say that add that to calculate with our dollars. I agree with everything you said on that one.
Like, we got to, man. It's not because we've completely manipulated, man.
I think at the same time, though, I think, like you said, we did miss an opportunity with the sports shutdown, not just the NBA, when everybody shut down. I think it was an opportunity for something real to happen. I think they missed it. You know what I mean? I think if they made it continue to happen, we need to get some enacted now. We need to get suppressed to get some enacted now. We're not going to happen until this. We're not going to move. We're not going to hoop until this happens.
Right.
You know what I mean? And let's see that happen, and then we're going to hoop. Because, again,
Or hoop. I disagree with not hooping. I think that do what gave you your platform. Like, continue doing what put you where you are. Continue doing what you love. Don't, what is the word? Combat. What's the word? Not contrast. Like, don't resist it all the time. Don't try to fight it. Like Bruce Lee says, become the water with it. It's like, don't let it control you and stop you from doing who you are and what giving you that money, was putting you in that position of power. But use your influence for sure. But use it in certain areas that make more sense, like that really are the things that they do to pass cigarette laws. These companies use lobbyists and use their money. These billionaires, these people vote, and then the voters on certain sides, Republicans and Democrats, they vote for certain things because of what those people are going to do for them. It's like Ice Cube says. It's like, what are they going to do for us? What you vote for? What are you voting for? What are you fighting for? What is it that you really believe in? It's just like out here whining and crying and being mad because the news gives us some more bad news about some shit that we already know has been going on. Because it's agree on it shouldn't happen. How many of there is it? How many worse stories? I mean, but at the end of the day, man, how many young little Mexican girls are being fucking taken and fucking at the border and terrible things are happening to them? How many young little poor white girls are being fucking taken advantage of that? I mean, it's like there's a lot of shit going on that's wrong in the world, but as soon as they show us a picture of a little white girl that was killed, are we gonna be mad about that? It's like at some point, when are we gonna stop letting the media control what we think and get focused? Like, wake the fuck up, for real. Like, we think we woke because we care about Breonna Taylor. I think, of course you care about anyone you hear going through anything unfair and going through any type of injustice, but don't let this shit control. Like, there are people saying this is the worst thing, and the way they speak into this, now we're never gonna get. I knew we were never gonna get. It's like we never like. Man, this is an illusion, man. That y'all are creating your own reality, and that's why we gotta get rid of that word black. We gotta get rid of that curse, man. We gotta get rid of that curse, because that's the reason why we stay so negative. Because it's a negative word. We speak negative. It says absent of fucking light. We gotta get rid of that shit, man. We gotta stop calling ourselves that shit. Because that's how we thinking. Everything is so negative, man. Everybody's against it. And we gotta get through. We ain't gonna win by saying, hey, they don't like us. They don't like us, they're not gonna treat us right. We're not gonna win doing that. We gotta do something, we gotta get smarter, we gotta put money, some things can change that way, but it's not the way we're gonna win. So I just feel like if you checked out Ice Cube's thing, what he said recently when LeBron had this where the thing vote or die. And Ice Cube was really passionate about vote or die, like, that's some bullshit, because we gotta make sure we vote for what we vote for. These certain people over here in this group, they're actually voting for this senator and this councilman because they know they're gonna get this out the fucking deal.
Yeah, he's very calculated. Ice was on point.
Like, what is Biden? What is Trump going to do exactly? So it's like, okay, I get it. You want to vote for the lesser evil, that's fine. That's a whole nother argument. But I'm just saying, as a group, as a community, I think that we gotta wake the fuck up.
I understand what you're saying as far as being in the bubble or in the matrix or whatever term you say, being in trapped by the programming. Does that mean what is the action? What is the action behind it? It's just focusing on self.
I think it has to be self and family and community. Family, friends, circle, business circle.
So if this happened in your community, would it be something that you would call to action on?
Yeah, but what do? You don't call for protests. You see what I'm trying to say? You gotta do some real change. So if it was your family, you want something to really happen.
I'm just saying, if it was a neighbor, like a person you spoke to, y'all didn't know each other.
Yeah, we would be passionate about it. We would be calling the lawyers about it. We'd want someone punished for it. We would try to learn more about it and try to probably our cousins or uncles or the dad of them would probably get involved in wanting to stop street violence and nonsense violence or police violence. Of course, man, we would all do that. So it's not like I'm just saying, if you're passionate about it, let me say this. If you believe in activism, if you're an activist by nature and that's your passion, then go do it. But everyone isn't that way. And if you are an activist, you don't need CNN to tell you about Breonna Taylor. You already knew about that shit. You were already upon it. See what I'm trying to say? It's these fake ass motherfuckers that sit here and watch this MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, and then they get so fucking passionate and rowdy and not like they're fucking righteous and woke because they care about some shit that's been fed to them while they sleep.
I hear you when you're talking to them. I mean, the thing is that we are being programmed. And the funny thing is, when I was a kid, I remember cartoons or something that made it seem like that other countries were being fed propaganda through their televisions, and they were being controlled. You know what I'm saying? I know that it's us too. I don't know what they're doing over there. I haven't been, but I know what they're doing over here. And I know what I'm not happy with is constantly seeing men of color or more melanated men crying on television. Like I said, I'm not begging for. Ice Cube said that we beg. Like, what's the begging for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is that I think we have to continue to grow, like I said, grow in ourselves. I think grow our community and be ready for whatever. You know what I mean? Like, just be ready for whatever. And that's just like some Black Panther shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? It may happen. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen.
I agree. I agree with it starts with taking care of self, and if I take care of myself and bring my family together, and it starts with that. And if I'm close partners and I'm putting around me like-minded people, that's the way it grows. It starts like a fungus, and fungus doesn't have to make a lot of noise. It doesn't need a lot of attention. Just grows underground, If it's put near water, that shit's gonna just hop out every fucking way. My son did this shit. And it really starts as simple as this illustration. So our house had a carport. You pull up under it, and next to the carport would be a pipe where the condensation would drip, right? And so one day my son took a mushroom and just dropped it in that water. So this is on the side, but closest to the neighbor's house. And about 2, 3, 4 days later, it was fucking hundreds of mushrooms sprouted in my yard, sprouted in the neighbor's yards. I'm talking about hundreds of mushrooms. Drop one mushroom in some water right there, let it sit. So again, that's why I say I agree. It doesn't take yelling, and it takes organization. Where we put our monies, who are we voting for, building the communities, and becoming wiser on the laws and legislations that we can affect. So it just comes down to us being smarter. But again, community based. But that comes down to also self-responsibility. And being able to check our brothers and our sisters. We got to learn to be able to take some
constructive criticism.
Exactly. Look at that right there. Constructive criticism from one another, and understand that you're not always trying to tear me down because you're going to tell me something that I may not like, right, or want to hear. We have a big problem with that on all levels, from relationships to business to everything. Somebody say something to us that don't go with our ego and how we think it is. God damn, and it's not always about stepping on your neck. Right. If I see something, because I'm the type of person, how I work and operate, if I'm in something, I'm music perhaps. I may not be the music director, but I'm like, if I see something that would obviously work smoother than what's happening, I'm going to want to speak on that. I'm not trying to disrespect the person that's in charge, but you know what I'm saying? So we got to be able to take shit and process it.
Does it matter how you deliver, or does it matter delivery at all?
Yes, the deliverance does matter sometimes, but that all goes down to knowing the person that's delivering the message. If this is somebody that you know and love and care about, and means you well and has never shit on you or did you dirty, I'm going to shoot off because I'm passionate about certain things. But just like our brother Free, we understood that we have to peel him back in layers. And it's like they would be pause. So it's the same situation. You have to peel the layers back. It may start off as barking or why you didn't, or you could have, but it's really coming from a place of caring in the first place. Because if you didn't care, I wouldn't be saying shit. Just keep letting you do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So the delivery of it does matter, but sometimes we have to really learn to see behind the words and see what's behind the words, and the heart is coming from, the place is coming from.
That's a deep one right there. I like that.
I think that the one thing too is the delivery is important in many ways. And I think part of the delivery, the way that it needs to be treated, is if you even look at a lot of these protests, it's a lot of our so-called white brothers and sisters. A lot of cases, look at them like New York, Cali, way more of them than us out there protesting. And I think that's important. So to me, I feel like for them, it's a system that they created. Exactly. We the natives here in Africa, we were here and there. So we were native people. This isn't a system. We didn't live under this system. This is their system. This is their broken system. Right? We're all brothers and sisters. We're all human beings. But in being real, in order to fix this problem, we have to admit things. We have to find the problems. Find where things are broken.
Preach, brother.
You know what I'm saying? So where we're broken at is their game is broken. So it has to take them to wake each other up, just like in slavery. It took a lot of the abolitionists, the white abolitionists, and all them who were speaking about it, for them to speak to their other so-called white brothers and sisters, for them to understand and hear, speaking in their language and their tone. So I think that when we have the protests. I don't think that we should have protests, but I just don't feel like that's something we as a community should be focused on doing. You want to join it, you want to participate in it, fine. If you're an activist, go for it. But what we really need to be doing is organizing and be paying way more attention to things, stop being so damn gullible and easily led. And that comes in all areas. Like it comes the same thing with joining gangs and wanting to sell drugs and anything negative. Man, we've got to stop being. And I don't give a fuck what other community does what.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So it was a point where I decided to stop feeding into the black is negative mindset. All right. I got a black cat. I had a black cat, you know what I'm saying? And I was just I'm just like, I'm not going to live in the mindset that black is negative. Like, this is going to make, because I have a black cat, I'm going to have bad luck. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I was on that. I don't think black is negative. Black is actually where light comes from.
True.
So I don't understand how it's necessarily where, you know, how we want to, like, it's a
Black,
that's the
black
definition of
now,
negative.
black is the absorption of light or the complete absence of light. From darkness comes light. But black is a negative term, and it has its own English definition. We can play that game and try to change that word into a positive word all we want because we love ourselves and we love our community.
Black between darkness and black. So you're saying
darkness and black.
Okay.
But see, to me,
so would you, Isaac, can I call you darkness? Can I call you darkness brothers?
I just think that overall, though, the separation of white and black is where it's all been. That's where the whole problem is. That's the whole problem is that we're calling these people white. They're not white, and white means pure. And we call these people black. They're not black. And it means absent of light or the complete absorption of light. So my thing is like it's a trick. It's a term. It's like it's a spell.
Let me read what it says on Google. Come on, listen. Black is associated with power, fear, mystery, strength, authority, elegance, formality, death, evil, and aggression, authority, rebellion, and sophistication. Black is required for all other colors to have depth and variation of hue. The black color is the absence of color.
But that definition sounds so contradictory.
Because
like it was saying one thing here, but then it's saying
all I hear is evil.
But on one end it said evil, but then it says on the other it adds depth to all colors. So
elegance,
how could that
sophistication?
Right.
I mean, evil can be.
I think over time
evil can be sophisticated.
I think over time to describe that over time, English language has done that. Yeah. Some people have tried to call black elegance, black magic, black excellence. So that develops over time into traditions and perspectives. But what I'm just saying is if we look it up in the Webster Dictionary, absent of light. You know what I'm trying to say?
Negro.
But black means the same thing. Yeah. And I think there's a reason. The whole thing is why call one group pure and another group black? Why? Because we playing a game, G. If someone was trying to do that to keep separated, as long as we're divided, and then you give one group a little more power and authority, then you run the system. You use this group to keep this group down, and you trick this group that they're special and pure and mighty, right? So that they keep this group down and keep you looking like, hey, it's a game. It's like we gotta love our brothers and sisters on both sides because they've been tricked as well. Have they in many ways received privileges that we haven't? True, but life is tough for everybody, see. Ain't nobody getting a motherfucking free ride on me. Ain't nobody getting a free ride. And from too much is given, much is expected, homie. So we have to be more forgiving. We gotta be patient. We gotta be understanding, and we can't be so easily led by that goddamn news, man.
My face browned up with the patience thing, but I understand what you're saying. I'm excited, man. Y'all
so excited.
I got a show coming up Friday. It's gonna be comedy. Yeah. We're gonna turn up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna Camigo's brother, Mason King, Reggie Jr. We at the Comedy Junk. Shout out to LaToya Smith. It's a special event. You know what I'm saying? Limited seats. So y'all go to the Comedy Junk, get the tickets. See some live comedy, laugh. Y'all seeing so much going on in the world. You need to laugh.
Gotta laugh.
And we promote good sex too. You know what I'm saying?
After the show,
Yes.
or before the show.
Yes.
Sometimes between the show.
Yes.
You know.
No, not for me. No, not between.
Never between sets.
That's where they
Playing
want it.
drums, I need all the energy I can keep. So
Yeah, I wouldn't want to really
I
hoop.
between the sets, man.
I have to.
See, I wouldn't really want that can really hoop and have sex like that.
Right. You need to after the game.
It's more
You
of
need
a
to
hoop.
save all of that.
That's how I
energy
pop
for-
my bottle.
Yeah, bro. Celebrate.
That's a pop the bottle. That's funny, y'all. So everybody won't get it. Yeah.
I was with you, bro. Champagne hit the floor.
Sean will look like I don't get it. Maybe you should just pop
That's
the bottle with
because
the rest
Sean
of
is in the
team.
closet. That's Sean in the closet.
You should pop the bottle with the rest of the team. No, Sean. No.
That would be a pause.
Man, I'm looking forward to some live entertainment, man. It's awesome to be able to perform again in front of live people. Look forward to your show too.
It's
man.
cool,
Live
man.
Show.
It's cool. And shout out to Lafayette. I feel like they're doing it the right way, separated the tables all the way. It's gonna be exclusive, man. It's gonna be different though, you know. It's gonna be different, you know. I'm sure.
It's gonna be just right, just like this, man. My guys last minute, like, man, we going Lafayette. Like, what? We going where?
Yeah.
Everybody pull up on time, 3 minutes late, not minutes, but it right on time.
Right on time.
So don't let nothing hold you back, man.
Shout out to everybody, man. Sean, Tiffany,
Tiffany,
and Isaac,
Tiffany.
Thanks to Lafayette for doing our thing.
I mean, we got a couple of records, but I was gonna say, To Eskimo Southern Game Player. One thing you do, man, follow your heart, man. Don't hesitate out here. My God did it. You want to be here tonight? We here. Set up, shine.
So, what you think? Y'all been watching some sports, man? Y'all see them Cowboys, man? You see them motherfucking Cowboys, man?
You a Cowboy fan?
I'm a Cowboy fan.
I am.
It's hilarious.
Hey,
You live with so much heartbreak.
Cowboys. Yeah, we dealt with it, man. We dealt with a lot of heartbreak, man.
Since Tom Landry
You
was
gotta
the
be
coach.
consistent now.
Since Tom Landry said, I'm an old Cowboy fan. I'm not a
Man,
trying to
I was
come lately, no
kid.
shit like that.
Man, I was a kid.
Out there, Tom Romo is now announcing that.
I don't know, sometimes I get on my damn nerves there, man.
I mean, really off the field.
Yeah, I mean, you got
That's all.
I'm just happy, goddamn. Romo was alright with me. It was goddamn, I don't even remember his name now. What's his name, goddamn? Goddamn,
Man, if you don't remember his name, we not going to talk about this.
I'm eyes tight, man. You know,
Hey, but what about football? Who you talking?
Jason Garrett, goddamn it.
Oh my God!
So
Is he
happy.
still
Yeah, I think he worked for New York.
He
So
went somewhere else, thank God.
but
Thank
man,
God.
that's who I'm happy is going, man. Goddamn Jason Garrett.
Yes,
But
Lord.
definitely wouldn't have won that game against the Falcons with Jason Garrett. That would have never happened. Did you see that shit?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see that
I
shit?
saw the highlights. I didn't see the highlights.
Yeah, I know you saw
I mean,
it.
somebody gave it away though. I mean, you talking about the
Gave
Atlanta
it
game?
away.
Was this the
Why they
Atlanta game?
gave it away?
Is this Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody paid them for that. I mean, somebody said Atlanta, don't touch that goddamn ball.
Well,
Everybody on the team gonna get corona.
everybody.
Like, how y'all let the ball roll like that?
So look at this.
They all went
ball.
blank. Like,
Yeah, they did go blank.
what y'all doing?
Yeah. You think? I mean, I believe that. I think it's all.
I think, and the fact that this is what I don't like about football. This is why I'm shitting on y'all sport.
Hold up. You think football is rigged and basketball ain't?
No, I ain't talking about
Okay.
rigged. This is wrong. This is wrong for shit on sport. Because he talking about Dak Prescott.
It's all the time.
He talking about Dak Prescott. But it was the kicker. That's who deserved the love. The kicker deserved the love.
Kicker deserved love.
Yeah, it was a kick, right? He threw 2 passes. Got him in field goal range.
In that timing,
That dude
under
deserved
pressure.
love. Dude, the kicker deserved the love.
they all deserve the love,
You
man.
talking about Dak Prescott.
They all love.
You don't even know the kicker name. You don't even know his name.
I don't know his name.
That's why I don't fuck with football. Everybody don't get the love they deserve.
I don't know all the fucking basketball players.
No. But if he scored,
Hell, I don't know half the goddamn rappers and shit. I be like these days, man, all these littles and shit.
if he scored, you gonna get some
Everybody
love.
love.
Basketball, everybody get a little love. Football,
The
Football, the niggas on the line, what they call them, offensive line,
Yes.
they get no love.
What
You
is
don't know
that
them
line?
niggas.
Either or.
Defensive line, they
Some
don't get
people
no
know,
love.
and you know what? I've noticed some.
They girlfriends, groupie lovers.
It don't matter, man. We lost in the game. That's the big thing about that's cool about football. It's not about individual. It's
Okay.
about the team. So
That's
it's
what
like
I'm saying.
I don't need to know. Like look how New England stepped right in with Cam. You know what I'm trying to say? They got a system over there. So
Cam.
you see what I'm saying? So
he didn't get that. He didn't get that last. He didn't even seem like he tried for that last little yard. You saw Cam?
That nigga, I think he hurt, man. He's
man. I mean, he been looking good so far. I'm pro Cam. I don't want to see Cam get shit on the black ball.
And you know what? I've always hated the Patriots, but I find myself cheering for him right now. Goddamn Cam.
I got a question, Cosby. Was Dak Prescott slew-footed when he came into the league? I think he's gotten more slew-footed.
Are you talking about Dak again?
Dak Prescott, yeah.
Wait a minute, bro.
I'm not hating. I was just asking.
That motherfucker threw over 500 yards.
He threw over 500
Yeah,
yards?
nigga. He threw over 500 yards.
Okay, that deserves some respect.
I mean, damn.
Tiffany a Cowboy fan. She looking like
Damn right he did. Y'all from Cowboys.
I'm with you, Tiffany. I didn't know. But no,
Dude, they came back from 29 to 7.
I know they came back. Congratulations.
Come on,
But
man.
the kicker, if you don't know the kicker name, I don't know.
Can I get one more?
Erica. Hey, Erica.
One more white stripe to close it out. And a to-go box.
One more red wine. And one more red wine, please. And one more red wine, Cabernet.
Thank you. You need to go about
Late asking for that.
Listen, y'all were talking. Y'all were talking.
You gotta be more aggressive,
What
man.
you need?
You gotta get this shit, man. This is what I'm trying to my community, man. You gotta go get this shit, man.
The wine was ordered, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
The wine was ordered.
You gotta be like those motherfucking Wolf on Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? You know how they used to, you know?
If you had a sex coach, this is how you would sound. You gotta go get that shit.
You gotta get that shit.
You gotta be more aggressive. You gotta use your step thrust. You gotta use your pump action.
And when you get it, you gotta motherfucking hit it.
Hit it, but don't break it though. Don't break it. Don't be on the ER store. But check it out on Hulu. It's crazy show though.
What show? You mentioned the show?
Yeah, it's called Sex that led you into the ER. So.
Oh,
It's
that
crazy.
thing. Yeah, we went back.
You did mention that.
I thought we had just missed something. That Cowboy shit was crazy. So talking about all right, this is your sport then.
I'm
How you feeling about Denver? I mean Murray motherfucking on that ass the other night. But god damn, that motherfucker was throwing up some shit, man. God.
Again. But hey, let me say this real quick. I think that was the Lakers still saying something. In less than 5 minutes, they came back from a 20-point deficit. I think the Lakers is letting them know, hey, we wanted to, we really could. Did you see Rondo do like 4 or 5 steals back to back, man?
The way that they didn't, bro. The way he was not LeBron, that brother, they were not aggressive. They were not that aggressive the whole game.
I will agree with Chuck on that. LeBron and AD didn't play their greatest ball.
It's kind of when they throw it, but see, that's what they do, man. They kind of.
They may be tired.
No, I don't even.
I think they were tired.
Maybe
I mean, that's the rig part. You want to ask me
Yeah,
about rig part. That game looked hella rigged. And I'm saying, like, the way
Because
they
the Lakers supposed to.
So
They
what
was
you
bobbing
think?
their
So what
hands.
you think? What they want it to be? Who they want? They want it to be the Lakers and the Celtics,
Yeah.
or they want it to be the Lakers and the old Heat because it's like LeBron facing.
wow, those would be both good looks.
It's
They
bigger
don't.
numbers though with Boston Celtics, bigger franchise. Boston has a
Yeah,
bigger
but you got
franchise. And
LeBron.
the history between Boston and the Lakers.
I agree.
That's a deeper.
I agree.
You know
But
what
you
I'm
got LeBron's old coach who's made it all back versus LeBron,
LeBron's old coach.
the Heat coach.
Who's
What's his name?
Oh, Eric
Spoelstra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if that's bigger.
Spoelstra versus LeBron. It might be more present day.
I don't think you can lose in these. I think it's going to be a good matchup regardless of what comes out.
What's the number right now?
I think the games will look better if it was Boston. I think the Lakers will run through Miami.
I would like it more.
Man, come on, bro.
They're gonna run through it.
Boy, stop!
Bro.
Boy, stop, man.
Bro.
Bam Adebayo was not playing with you
Okay.
hoes. And I'm saying, not you hoes, but I'm saying these hoes. What up?
We're not talking about Cardi B right now. We already had that conversation.
Bro, listen.
Bam Adebayo and Jimmy
Miami
Butler
ain't that shit.
Jimmy Butler not scared of nobody. Tyler Hero is a little dog, man. He's a little scrappy dog that will not stop. I ain't saying they gonna beat them. I'm just saying they ain't no punk. They not no roller. To me, they better than them. If them and Denver play, it would be a great series. They awesome dogs, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna deny.
I don't think nobody gonna. I mean, ain't nobody should really be able.
So what you think about what Dame had to say about the Clippers?
Oh, that was funny, man. I mean, the thing is, if the cats talk shit to
Tell him
you,
do you remember what he said? Do you know? Tell everybody.
he said something about the Caribbean, like I all the way to pack my trip to the Caribbean or something, to the Caribbean. And then, so Patrick Beverly come up, he started tweeting right when they lost. I mean, the Clippers bottled that, losing 3-1. I mean, people try to lose sight of LeBron did it too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Steph Curry did it too. It's part of your growth period. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Steph Curry did it being completely fucking cheated and kicked out.
What?
They fucking cheated your boy, goddamn Draymond Green. They could put his nuts on a damn head, and anybody would naturally push this man off, putting your nuts on my head, and then they gonna
Draymond Green deserved that. He jumped in the air and kicked it. Bro, you don't jump up and kick a
Man,
dude.
please, he
Man,
wasn't
that was
kicking that dude,
That was
man.
bitch ass shit.
Nah,
Man,
they didn't like him because he was fucking crazy.
man, that was foul.
I'm not a Draymond Green fan.
Not at all, bro.
That did affect you.
Fuck Draymond Green, and that's why I'm glad his ass was out.
If Draymond would have been in, Draymond would have been in.
If and
LeBron would never would have been in. They couldn't have that. They
If
couldn't have that.
shit didn't happen.
King could not
And
be
the city's
Queen
big
for
gum,
motherfucking
big teeth
self.
having ass out, and we won. So fuck him. Fuck him, and I'm happy that their asses ain't doing shit now. Fuck them.
Oh, don't be tripping. Don't look.
It's a game on right now.
Relax.
I'm telling you.
It's coming back.
Oh,
Golden
good.
State is coming back.
We'll wait on
I'm looking forward to seeing the
cocktails. And we'd like to shout out our lovely server, Erica.
Hey, I bet y'all check out. Come show love.
I'm sure you love to Erica. She serves the greatest drinks.
And she show love. She helped us move our
Thank
own
you,
little
Sean.
setup and stuff. Just really our food, but she helped.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to take a toast. Shit.
Yeah.
It's our show Saturday.
Yeah. The reason why we are at our events, guys.
September 26th, this Saturday. What time will we be here?
We'll be here from 6 to 7. And
We're doing a live podcast 6 to 7, and pre-show kicks off at
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, 7 to 10.
You need to get here early, man, because it's already, like I said, the reserve seating is already. That's it.
Yeah, I don't even
It's
know.
only standing room on. You got to get here, or you're gonna be outside like.
Yeah, I don't even think there's even standing room, G. I think you just need to watch us right here at Ice Eskimos.
Watch the podcast. We might work it out when we'll do a live stream where you just pay the little $1.50, $2 or something where we do a live stream. So I don't know. We're just thinking out loud.
My boy Briggs over here says, love the show. You boys got some chemistry. Good looking out, man.
Appreciate that, Briggs.
John Gar says, Carlos.
That's my guy from the cruise ship here.
Sean Gar, what's up, bro?
Man, y'all please comment, man. Let us know what you think. Even if we talk shit, we make you upset before you log off. You're like, hey, fuck you for you stupid shit, ignorant ass shit. That's cool, man. Handle that shit.
It's cool to disagree, but we can love one another.
That's all I'm saying, man. We gotta be able to disagree, man. They can't all fall in line, man. That's one of my favorite pictures. You see that picture where everybody's like saluting Hitler with this one guy in the crowd and he's got his arms folded like this. It's one of my favorite pictures. I'm gonna blow it up, put it in my house. It's like everybody's like saluting Hitler, but there's this one guy in the crowd and he's just like arms folded.
Do they actually show Hitler?
No, but you see everybody like this doing that whole thing. I don't even like doing it. That's what I was doing with my left hand. But
I was like, I was glad because I was like, is he gonna have a picture of Hitler hanging up in his house? I was like, I understood what you were saying.
You don't know this guy right here.
No. Yeah, because when you peel back the onion on the germ,
that's a rabbit hole, boy.
And there it goes. Like the Ice Eskimos is a wrap. You know, there's nobody off
shut
there.
down.
Shut down.
Well, that show was nice. It came and they left real quick.
Carlos, he was so sweet.
Laughed on Friday, come and dance, and get a whole package on Saturday. That's how we do it, man. Whole package.
Okay.
But it's fine.
Who's going to be on the show Saturday?
Oh, man. All right, so check this out, man.
Get them for some shots out.
First off, man, hosting the whole thing is your boy Rob Love. You know what I'm trying to say?
We gonna get lit.
Carlos, motherfucking Sergeant.
I'm going to come in and say something, man.
I might just let them do this shit because I'm busy. I'm going to be a superstar that night. I ain't got time to be like, I'm already going to do a podcast with these two.
Yeah, and then do a headliner show.
So I can continue kicking it with them afterwards.
Yeah, you better.
So yeah, man, we're gonna host it. Then we got my homeboy Kickman Teddy in the house. A lot of y'all know him as a jungle, but that man is so talented. Got a lot of things going on, man. And he's gonna do a few songs. Then we got my homeboys, the Privileged, man, who are two brothers, man, Christopher and Christian, if you don't know who they are, man, you need to definitely get familiar, man. Some of the extremely talented young dudes out of Memphis, man. They remind me of like that real Memphis talent, like like some Al Green, some fucking Memphis sound, some shit like that. They just remind you of something that could have been successful back in those days as well as can be successful now. So shout out to the Privilege. We got Chinese Connection Dub Embassy.
They got dope about from sure.
Yeah, that's super dope. I mean, groovy, reggae. It's just some really cool ass shit, man. I think they're phenomenal. Definitely one of my favorite bands for a long time now. And your boy Free Soul is going to be doing
your first show back?
First time in like 8 years, man. It's been a long time, Joe. So I'm a little nervous.
You got your oxygen tank in the dressing room?
Yeah, I got your mama. She's putting it together. Oh.
Did he just say she know how to blow? Bad. With your brothers, you can say whatever about your mother. Like, yes,
No, but
Cosmic almost turned into a shooting star. Don't talk about mama.
I'm a little mad at that one.
Yeah.
Probably because his jeans is hella tight. And really, he's like, man, my legs wasn't known. I knew I wasn't really, I ain't in good fight mode. Them jeans ain't fighting attention. You ain't ready to fight nobody. Really work,
man. Fuck you, Rob.
You try to get away like, two little punches. Man, if I could bend my leg,
Can't even kick this nigga.
Oh. See, that's when you homeless, you talk about his jeans, nothing personal. He could take the jeans off.
Oh, shoot.
Brothers, you talk about mama.
Oh, snap. That was hilarious.
Take it back to him. I pointed back to him.
Oh, shit. Thank you for that, bro. I needed that.
Love you, fam. Love you, man.
That's all love, bro.
And your swag, though. He got one of the greatest swags out. I want to post him if it wasn't dope.
I appreciate that.
I just be scratching my neck every time. Shout out to Isaac, man. Isaac be in this thing split. We gonna get him on camera slick before y'all.
Especially when he get his hair done.
He be doing a little sound check.
Isaac on camera right now. The hair done.
Yeah. Speaking of, I came with a little something different.
Oh!
Yo, so these were the colors for my boy's funeral. Okay. He did blue and yellow or gold or whatever. So I came in. Considering I was a pallbearer for my dude.
He stole Isaac Thunder.
Are you playing?
He been in the show the whole time. He been here the whole time. The whole time. When we trying to give Isaac a little sign, and he gonna steal his whole thunder, and then bring it in a funeral, and I be like,
he did. We was like, yeah, that's your Isaac. No, we fucking with you. That's how brothers do, man. Come on.
I love y'all crazy motherfuckers.
Hey, that is dope though. Hey, so let me ask y'all something. Y'all planning y'all funeral? Do y'all know how y'all want to lay it out? Do y'all have it written out already?
I'm in the process of I'm with this program with that showing my credit and identity monitoring, credit monitoring, and it gives me the ability to do a will and trust. And I'm so happy about that. No, I'm saying about the will and trust part. And like we all need to have a will set up. And so I never thought about it like that, but after getting, life insurance and all that stuff, why not? Okay, because you never know when shit's gonna happen. So to just know that everything is already set up, that's a peace of mind. It's already a burden to just deal with the loss and the grief. Then if it's tragic, you got to deal with how it happened. Then you got to deal with God knows if the paperwork and all that's in order. That's the least thing you could do for the people that you're leaving behind is have all of this already laid out, and all they have to do is coincide with what you already have planned.
I got life insurance, and I respect that 100. And I think when you get to a certain station, like I remember before my dad passed, him and my mom too sitting up at the house, and they were working out how they finna do it. I remember I was like, man, You know, and it didn't happen right after, but I ain't trying to write it right now because I don't want it to. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on my goals, Carlos. I'll write that after I got my.
But that doesn't mean that that's not a goal.
I'm saying I got life insurance. I got life insurance. Y'all do what y'all want to with that little money, and make sure I'm buried. I'm good.
Right quick, man. We got a little mini sponsor. Just break y'all off right quick because it's not.
He looking mad as hell at me because I don't want to write my will out.
I know, man. But speaking of life and death, sometimes people die and they leave people houses and they get houses. Sometimes people end up in houses.
I'm gonna take a break on that one. Come on.
Sometimes they get up in houses that maybe they don't want to keep. So right now, this portion of the podcast is brought to you by Elite Home Flippers here in Memphis, Tennessee, where we not only will buy those ugly ass unwanted houses or those sad and forgotten about pastime homes. We also buy properties anyone is needing to sell for cash with no realtor commissions or fees paid by you. Most of the time, we can pay all of your closing costs as well. If you own a property with unwanted tenants, going through a divorce, facing foreclosure, behind on taxes, or have a home that needs repairs and you don't have the money, then reach out to me ASAP. Reach out to them ASAP. This is EliteHomeFlippers.com. Also, from now on until end of November, if you guys refer anyone to us, that is that we buy their house, we will pay you at closing $1,000. You hear that, man? They're going to pay you $1,000. EliteHomeFlippers.com.
I think I just put it in.
If you have any questions, just put down some message right here or PM us right here on Facebook.
DM us. Oh no, you said PM.
Yeah, so EliteHomeFlippers.com is what I put in. I didn't put the www in front of it. Right. I don't know what it is. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. We get sponsors. Y'all see we on location. Y'all grow with us. Or watch it. You know what I'm saying?
We on location.
Y'all grow with us. Oh,
wait a minute. This is a pause, man.
I'm about to run out of this. I don't want no poor ass.
This is wrong with our brothers.
Never, no poor ass.
Right here.
That was pause.
We can't
twerk in front of each other. That's one thing I love about it.
Straight up twerk on you.
I was trying to twerk on my ass. It was pretty
I was
cool.
celebrating. And I'm trying to stay on screen.
But
That's not twerking.
But that's wrong, bro.
It's more SEC. It's a rock. It's a rock. It's a rock.
We gotta celebrate.
You
Yeah.
We turned up. Let's go. You like the lead twerk. See, look, you don't care. He's crack. He's a unisexual.
He had a freak moment. That was real. He was real.
I call it unisexual, but we don't call it.
And this is what's wrong with us.
We
No,
make fun of you if you twerk on
right here, man. We can't be close to each other.
no, not like that.
If
you don't stand up and dance like that,
John, you was a kid, you was a little white boy growing up. Then y'all have jerk off circles.
Wait a minute. What the fuck?
I was a white boy talking about that jerk off circles. So don't act like you don't have to be embarrassed about it now.
Oh my God, what do we say?
I'm just saying, if a bunch of white boys that like women
that turn in the road.
can jerk off around each other.
I'm looking at
You just black out.
what
I
is
could be able
happening?
to be a celebration.
Wait a minute.
That's
He's still twerking. He's still twerking in this moment. He's
That is
still
not
putting his ass in the air.
That was better. He had more shoulders.
He had more shoulders.
See, you doing it wrong.
Oh.
See, he admitted that he's nervous about the show. So if he twerks at the show, just know
I am
nervous.
And I want you
Brothers
to
and
know,
sisters, we got to
I am going to
We have to
wet
do better,
myself
okay?
if he does
We
that.
have to
shit
be
on
more
stage.
accepting and be able to be
Man.
close to each other. Watch this.
He is a twerk
Watch
advocate.
this. That's why I hate lean left a little bit.
No, as long as
He-
you
But that's
tell him
the
about
right
tennis.
But you're not twerking on him.
Yeah, I took
That's
it
not
to
working.
You telling that boy tennis.
Can't get
Like
too
when
close.
you need a hug, you can hug me. Like, we can hug. We love.
That's the way he creeping up
Oh,
on
yeah,
you.
yeah.
It's real creepy. It's real
But y'all know me.
Don't
But y'all know me very well.
do me like that.
You know I'm not going to do that like that.
I mean, no, you just twerked on me.
It's just, we
you
just
just
gotta be able to be closer, man.
You just twerked on me. So
I should
don't
be
know.
able to kiss you on your cheek and you not feel a certain way.
You
about it.
can at the funeral, like when I go.
See, we see, in Africa, they hold hands, nigga.
This is true.
They walk down the street holding hands with each other.
Somebody said pause.
Somebody put a pause.
They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. That's not
Oh,
the route.
snap. Oh, snap.
I'm with that. Salute to everybody who feels like that, or if you unisexual or trisexual,
Or metrosexual.
metro,
Yeah,
free,
metrosexual.
whatever you want to call
demisexual.
yourself. We salute you.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Just don't force yourself on nobody. Don't power twerk.
Yeah, power twerk. Free some power. See, there you go again. I don't want to witness this. Let's go off air before he does it again. Let's go off air. Please, let us go off the fucking air. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Eskimos, and we appreciate you for coming out because this guy's gonna twerk again, and I don't want to make it.